Hello everyone, this is Fantasy Ask and welcome back to ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. When we left off in the last episode, Feather Clan had 4 new apprentices because our kittens aged up into adolescence and they were able to find their mentors. It was great. I had some questions, or I suppose a question. I was wondering, who kind of chose the mentors? Did the mentors choose the apprentices, or did the apprentices choose the mentors? And one of you lovelies in the comments let me know that actually it's the clan leader and deputy who make the pairings. And once I learned that, something made a whole lot of sense to me. Remember how Whisperkit was really tense around his mentor Bidden? And we couldn't figure out why that might be, and we thought maybe he feels too much pressure because Bidden was chatting with the clan leader and the clan leader was complimenting her, right? Well, now I feel like it's because Whisperkit, who has been following Dawn Valley, the medicine cat, around for, a long time, because he sees the medicine cat as a hero for saving Whisperkit and his family, essentially. I think Whisperkit was hoping that Dawn Valley would be his mentor. That's what he wanted. But Froststar felt that for Whisperkit's temperament, Bidden would be the appropriate mentor for him. And so now Whisperkit doesn't like that Bidden is his mentor, and he feels kind of tense around Bidden, but at the same time he can't do anything because he can't go against the clan leader. So I kind of like that a lot because, the fact that the leader and deputy are the ones who decide the pairings, we might see some very interesting mentor-apprentice relationships, and, some might get along really, really well and work well together. Others might have more tension between them. Others might fight a lot more. And this is really cool because obviously all of this is going to impact the way that our cats grow up. And along with that, I discovered the history tab, which I don't know why I didn't click on beforehand. I think I clicked on this in the very beginning when we had our founder cats, but obviously the descriptor for everyone was kind of the same and they had no new notes. But I am kind of astounded to learn that when we have major events that happen for cats, the game will kind of update itself and add it to the history over here, so we don't have to rack our brains to remember. So while we are going through what everyone is doing today, I want to actually also check out their history to see if there were any notes we overlooked. Now this also includes the backstories for the new cats that were brought in, because we were racking our brains trying to figure out what their stories might be, but we couldn't, when in fact the history tells us a little bit. So okay, starting off with Froststar is feeling a bit anxious after having been around so many cats at the last gathering. Okay, yeah, we know that Froststar is somewhat lonesome, so she probably is, she needs her social media is full. First from the gathering, and then when she came back, they had to do the apprentice ceremonies. So she's kind of been surrounded by cats and events and cats and events. So I think she needs some downtime. She needs some alone time. But it says here, we have a reminder, guys. Froststar lost her first life when she was caught unprepared in the heat and died of dehydration and heat exhaustion. So this was literally the day after she became a leader, and Daisy Wish was there to witness this, and Daisy Wish had almost had a heart attack. She was so freaked out. But thankfully Froststar had those 9 lives, but I am thinking now, what if she didn't have those 9 lives? What if she wasn't leader? We might have actually lost Froststar, and then our stories probably look very different right now. So okay, that is what is happening with our leader, and then Daisy Wish is finding the buzzing of the cicadas annoying. I wonder if that's also code for her finding cicada. Lotus annoying, I hope not, but this is also intriguing now that I know the deputy and the leader choose the apprentices. So that means Daisy Wish being an overprotective mother, right? She has been fussing a lot over the other kids, but I suppose when it came down to adolescence, she kind of realigned her focus to her own child, and she noticed that Blue Kit at the time, was very insecure, and so she felt like she would make the most understanding and best mentor for him. So she kind of made that suggestion to the clan leader, and Frosta agreed with her. So, okay, that is interesting. That is very interesting. Dawn Valley is thinking about taking on a new apprentice. Guys, this makes me feel like Whisperkit would be even more aggravated, because Dawn Valley clearly wants and is ready for an apprentice, and this is the first time he has been. And the clan leader and deputy decide to ship Whisperkit off to Bidden. And Whisperkit is thinking, what is going on? It's not as though Dawn Valley didn't want an apprentice. Like, he even wants an apprentice, and I want him to be my mentor. So, okay, this is kind of cool though. Okay, Sandy Mask saw some wandering two legs today. And we have interesting backstory for Sandy Mask, which I couldn't figure out before, but yes, we don't have to wonder anymore because we have some hints. So Sandy Mask got washed away from his former territory in a flood that destroyed his home, but was glad to find a new home in his new clan here. He joined the clan on Moon 8 at the age of 98 moons. So that is sad. He was formerly a loner, but that's because his home and his clan probably got washed away and destroyed, and he doesn't know what happened to the other clan cats or his other family members, but luckily he managed to find his way here. And so ever since then, I imagine he was kind of wandering on his own until he ran into Feather Clan. Okay, Bruce wants to go on patrol. So Bruce joined the clan by choice after living life as a loner. He joined the clan on Moon 7 at the age of 89 moons. So he didn't have, or doesn't have, nearly as much of a tragic backstory as Sandy Mask, but maybe Bruce, he is kind of, maybe from a young age, has been used to being on his own, and his, everything has worked fine for him. But he decided that maybe he wants companionship, and he can't find that on his own out in the wilds. He needs to join a clan where he can have a community and meet kind of more cats that way. So that's kind of nice. Okay, Snail Dusk regrets not eating the bird on the fresh kill pile earlier. So let's do some mediation between the two cats that we love over here. Everything is going so well between them. They even bonded, I think, during the event that we had, or when we were looking at events. In the last episode, I think they had a good interaction. It would be nice if they could give us some kids, though. Okay, so romance increased, trust increased, respect increased, jealousy and dislike have decreased, which is really, really good. Next up, Bloomfreckle is enjoying the warmth of Greenleaf, and of course she is one of the new mentors. And the cool thing is, how I was wondering about whether the mentors kind of affect the way that an apprentice develops. It's actually mentioned in the notes, and we're going to take a look at that in a second, and I think that is so cool. Okay, Linja refuses to talk about where she used to live. Okay, interesting. So over here it says Linja used to be a kitty pet but joined the clan after something terrible happened to her two legs. She joined the clan on Moon 15 at the age of 85 moons. I wonder, this is kind of drastic, but I wonder if the two legs she lived with were murdered and she got so terrified that she kind of escaped from her home and she ended up like on the beach somewhere, and the clan found her But I wonder if that's what happened. If it was terrible and she refuses to talk about where she used to live. Maybe because she's afraid that if the cats kind of wander too close, then one of them will meet the same fate as the two legs that she used to live with. Like they're going to be killed by this dangerous two leg. So that's kind of intriguing for someone who doesn't seem to have, like, her appearance is so sweet and soft, but it seems as though she has a very dark past. Okay, Stone Stripe is trying to set a good example for the younger cats. Bidden is thinking about a strange two-leg object she saw recently. So Bidden used to be a loner but joined the clan after something terrible made her leave her old home behind. She joined the clan on Moon 2 at the age of 59 moons. So, okay. That is interesting. Now, when they talk about old home, I'm assuming it's, I suppose I don't know if it's an old clan, is it? But it doesn't say she's a kitty pet. I'm imagining it's a clan. Unless if we go back to Sandy Mask, who is also a loner, what if, because I think in some of the other cats who actually come from clans, it is mentioned that their homes, they were with the clan. But if Sandy Mask is someone who was always on his own, maybe similarly to Bruce, he kind of grew up on his own, was used to being on his own, but maybe he found an empty home, like a two-leg home, and he was living there, but then it got washed away in a flood, and he was kind of wandering until he ran across Feather Clan. So maybe that's it. They're not necessarily clan cats, but they're just used to living life on their own. Similarly, Forbidden, apparently, she was also a cat that was used to living on her own from a young age, but some incident, so she was probably squatting in an abandoned home and something terrible happened, and then she kind of had to leave. Maybe she had an incident with like a bunch of dogs maybe that ran into her home, and like abandoned dogs or something that ran into her home and kind of took over, and she almost escaped with her life. Oh jeez. Something like that. Okay, Alwiska pretends the mouse, the mouse she's chasing is a bird and she's a hawk. Oh, that's cute. She's playful. So Alwiska was exiled from her old clan. So over here, see, it says she's originally from another clan, not a loner, and so it's mentioned here in the history. So she was exiled from her old clan for something she didn't do and came here to seek safety. She joined the clan on Moon 9 at the age of 59 moons. So Alwiska, that means, was exiled from her clan, but she was aware that Feather Clan existed in this stretch of the beach. And so, being really close to her due date, she made the journey to Feather Clan to take refuge here, but she went into labor before she could get to the clan, and she kind of had her kits on the beach. Luckily, Dawn Valley discovered her when he went out on his patrol. So that's kind of intriguing. I wonder then, which clan is she from? Is she from Otter Clan, or River Clan, or Fern Clan? I think that would be interesting. Very, very fascinating. Very, very fascinating. Now I'm trying to think of any incidents that kind of happened of late, and why she might have been exiled, and from where she might have been exiled. I know one of the clans had, there was a period when one of the clans didn't attend the gatherings because everyone got sick with some sort of cough, I think. I'm wondering if maybe Alwiska mated with a loner or a rogue who was sick, and then she brought that sickness back to the clan unintentionally. And then when the clan, the whole clan got sick, they kind of just blamed her and exiled her, but she didn't intentionally do it. It's not something she could control. And maybe that's what happened. Interesting. Okay, Burm is thinking about how awful kitty pet food must taste, and she is Egg Paw's mentor. So it says Burm joined the clan by choice after living life as a rogue. So again, I think her story that we were thinking of kind of holds. So basically, She, from a young age, has been used to stealing from clans, terrorizing clans, being an absolute pest, basically trying, like, constantly on the move wherever she finds food and where shelter takes her. Not like loners who might, for example, find an abandoned two-leg house and squat there for a time. No, loners, rogues, I feel like, are constantly on the move. But she decided after a while that it was exhausting and she didn't want to continue being on her own, and she didn't want to continue this exhausting life. And she thought, you know what, let's give it a try. Let's go ahead and give, like, why do these cats stay in these communities and clans? Let's get in there and give it a try. Okay, Charred Stripe is causing problems for who? For who? That's kind of funny. For who? Ariskova wonders about a species of prey beyond the border. Cicada Lotus sharpens his claws. Now, this was one of the histories that I was interested in seeing because we kind of see what impacted, or what kind of impact his mentor had on him. So it says he was mentored by Charred Stripe. Charred Stripe influenced him to be more likely to be slow to anger and refrain from socializing. Charred Stripe helped him become better at caring for camp. When he graduated, he was honored for his zeal. He graduated at 12 moons old. That is so cute. So yes, the mentors have this huge influence on them. It kind of makes sense that, Cicada Lotus, he is slow to anger, and maybe that's why the whole fight they had, like the fight he had with Stone Stripe, I imagine it was probably something she started. I don't see Cicada Lotus starting it. I think maybe she started it, and because they were both panicked about Egg Kit being missing, then, it kind of spiraled out of control. And then it makes sense that he was crying on his own because he refrained from socializing, that he wouldn't go and seek comfort when he is in this kind of bad mood. He would rather kind of just keep to himself and his worries to himself. But also it makes sense why, that argument was so big when it did happen, because he cares about the camp and how he keeps the camp. And, that's a part of his identity that means a lot to him. So I love this. I love that later on we'll be able to see, like, how the younger cats were influenced by their apprenticeship. Okay, Blue Paw says sorry more often than he needs to. Aww. Blue Paw was born into the clan where he currently resides. He was born on Moon 9 during Leaf Bear, so yes, he is a winter baby. That is too cute. But look, guys, he says sorry all the time. He doesn't need to, but he's insecure. Hopefully Daisy Wish, his mother, can imbue him with some confidence that he doesn't yet have. Eggpaw regrets not eating the bird on the fresh kill pile earlier. Eggpaw was born outside the clan but came to live in the clan with his parent at a young age. He joined the clan on Moon 9 as a newborn, and he has the same kind of history over here as his two other siblings. So Whisperpaw was found napping in the warrior's den. Guys, look, Whisperpaw, I feel, is just completely uninterested. He is completely uninterested in being Bidden's apprentice, and he's shameless, so he does not care if Bidden finds him napping. Damn. Burnpaw wonders what Froststar is up to. Oh, you little cutie pie. So Burnpaw, you know what? I think Burnpaw is watching his brother be so unbothered, and he's wondering, like, what was Froststar thinking? What was the leader thinking? Why did he pair up Whisperkit with Bidden? Why? And you know what's adorable? The poses that I think, is it 2 or 3 of the new apprentices have, is practically rolling around on the ground. When I was making the thumbnail for the last video, I just could not help laughing. I was just bursting out laughing because it's like, we have 4 new apprentices and they're all rolling around on the ground. So that was really funny. Okay, Airkit is daydreaming. So Airkit was found with a deceased parent. The clan took him in, but doesn't hide where he came from. He joined the clan on Moon 11 as a newborn, and this is the same for his siblings, of course. So Violet Kit is finding the buzzing of the cicadas annoying. Okay, and this is the same as one of the old cats. They were feeling this whole buzzing thing. Was it Daisy Wish? Was it? Wait, hold on. Was it Daisy Wish? Yeah, Daisy Wish and Violet Kit are finding the cicadas a bit annoying. And then Dark Kit purrs as a cool breeze hits him. Look at that. We learned so many new things, or at least I did. You guys probably already knew all of this. Apologies. Okay, now that we have finished going through all of that, and it is taking longer and longer for us to get through all of the stuff that everyone is trying to express. Look at how many cats we have. It's so many cats. Okay, let us go ahead, send our lovely kitty cats out on patrol, and this is going to be the first patrol with the apprentices as well, so that is exciting. So Dawn Valley, he's going to go out first. Dawn Valley heads out into the sunshine, padding away from the camp in a search for one of the most elusive herbs. It takes a full morning of careful searching, but eventually Dawn Valley stumbles across one of the catmint plants he remembers from seasons past, and to his delight, it's growing well. Dawn Valley avoids taking the flowers, giving the plant the chance to spread catmint seed for the future. Okay, so that is nice. Next up, we are going to have Cicada Lotus, Bruce, Sandy Mask, Daisy Wish, Burnpaw, and Linja going out together. So Burnpaw is not actually going with his mentor, but that doesn't bother me with patrolling, because I like to think that when they're paired up with their mentors have different ways of teaching and educating them, and part of that might be going out with different cats and seeing what they learn, and then maybe when they come back to camp they have a conversation with their mentor, or they hang out with their mentor and they discuss like what they saw, what happened, what they should have done, what they might have done. And I like this. This is like their mentors arranging experiences for the apprentices, so they don't always have to stick together. So let's send them out on patrol. There are dark clouds on the horizon, and Daisy Wish wonders if the patrol should continue. So she's leading the patrol over here. They are going to proceed. Oh my goodness. There is a downpour, and a sudden flood from the overflowing river sweeps all of the cats in the patrol away. Daisy Wish yowls a warning, and most of the patrol is able to react fast and strike out strongly for passing pieces of driftwood. But Burnpaw doesn't make it, sinking beneath the water. Burnpaw died. Guys, we just lost our first cat as an apprentice under Daisy Wish's leadership. Oh my goodness. I wonder how Burnpaw's brothers are going to feel about this. And I also wonder how Owl Whisker is going to feel about this. There is a lot of cats you can blame. Maybe they will blame Burnpaw's mentor, Bloomfreckle, for sending Burnpaw on a patrol that she wasn't on. Maybe they will blame Daisy Wish, the deputy, for not leading the patrol properly. Maybe they will blame Froststar for pairing Burnpaw with Bloomfreckle as a mentor, when clearly she is not qualified to teach anyone. She's not even qualified to take care of, a younger cat. Oh, that is just terrible. Okay, I need to check up on something. It feels so bad. I want to go back and check up on the events. because when we had the ceremonies here, this breaks my heart, guys. But, oh, this breaks my heart. Look at how excited, Burnpaw was to touch noses with Bloomfreckle, swearing he'll be the best warrior the clan has ever seen. And on his first patrol, he drowned. He drowned in a raging river. Whew. Okay. Time for us to go on another patrol, and this makes me very terrified for all of the other apprentices that we have. Because it seems as though things can get very dark very quickly. Okay, next up we have Frostar, Bidden, Whisperpaw, Bloomfreckle, Chardstripe, and Bluepaw. Okay, so again with Daisy Wish, it seems as though part of her mentoring, she is doing the same thing Bloomfreckle was. She's letting her kid kind of go off and her apprentice with someone else. I almost wonder if Bloomfreckle and Daisy Wish spoke to each other beforehand and they agreed to take each other's apprentices on patrol so that the young ones can get some different experiences. But it seems as though Bidden has a different approach. Bidden is taking her apprentice with her to his first patrol. She doesn't feel like she wants to do what the others are doing, and she doesn't want to kind of, send the apprentices on a first patrol with other cats. Maybe later on she will, but no, the first one Bidden very much wants to supervise. Oh, okay. Frostar suggests this might be a good chance for the cats to practice new fighting techniques, particularly with the apprentices here to learn from them. So let's proceed. Unfortunately, no one steps up to teach. It makes everything feel awkward and like a waste of time, and the cats give up and return to camp a little irritated. Okay. So Bidden, apparently, wasn't up for any of that. But you know what? Whisper Kit we kind of saw, even in camp, he seemed very uninterested. Maybe Blue Kit is feeling very insecure and nervous because his mother's not here and he expected his mother to be on the patrol. And the other cats are kind of too busy trying to keep their eye on the youngsters. And then I feel like Bloomfreckle and Bidden are probably trying to get their apprentices' attention or keep their eye on the apprentices who are off doing their own things. And then Frostar and Chardstripe are kind of left with each other, but then nobody's really watching them, so nothing's really happening. Okay, and finally we have Eggpaw, Burm, Owlwhisker, and Stonestripe. So Burm kind of feels the same as Bidden in that she doesn't want to send her apprentice with anyone else. No, she's gonna supervise her apprentice, herself. So let's see how this patrol goes. As the patrol gathers together to train under Stonestripe's leadership, Eggpaw admits he thinks he had a vision from Star Clan last night. The patrol talks to him about whether it was a real vision as they train. So he had a much better patrol. I think Eggpaw had the best patrol out of all the ones that happened. But this is wild. This is wild. We just lost an apprentice. We went from 4 apprentices to 3 apprentices so quickly. So quickly. That is very, very unexpected and very wild. Okay. I feel like this particular moon is going to be a very long moon. I may split it up into 2 episodes, I don't know, but a lot is happening. A lot is happening. So, okay, what did the last time was with Fern Clan, so let's go ahead and try and befriend Otter Clan. Okay, and I am going to, guys, cut the recording here, and I will see you later. it is time for us to skip a moon and see how everyone is coping in the aftermath of Burnpaw's death. But really quickly, I want to actually take a look at Burnpaw. Oh, is regretting leaving his clan without him. He was loyal and quick to help. He was our little know-it-all who doesn't know anything anymore. Oh, or at least he doesn't know how his clan is going without him. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Burnpaw. This is so sad. This is so terribly sad. But okay. At least he's up here with Shinrip and Star Clan. So we're gonna go back, do the events, and see what happens. Okay, we have obviously some notes in births and deaths. I wonder if that's just a death notice, or if someone else has died, or if we do in fact have like a pregnancy or something going on. Let's take a look. During the gathering, AutoClan's leader describes driving off some troublesome rogues. Froststar nods her approval, so that was good. Relations improved. Bloomfreckle has gotten fleas. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about in regards to Burnpaw dying is how Bloomfreckle might feel about it. Bloomfreckle might be questioning herself. She might feel as though she is an incompetent mentor, that she kind of doesn't deserve to teach and to look after the youngsters because she lost her apprentice. She made a bad call. She made a bad call in sending her apprentice out on that patrol, and you know, her apprentice died. At the same time though, I think Daisy Wish, as sad as this sounds, would be almost grateful that they swapped apprentices, because if Bluepaw, if her son was there with her, then he might have been the one to drown. This is so complicated. Okay. Froststar was seen arguing and borderline fighting with Alona. The clan has encountered Gardenia. Okay, who is Gardenia? Oh, he's wondering about new cats. He is an adult male with amber eyes, righteous, good fighter, and good climber. Okay. He looks cool though. Gardenia looks cool. Okay, Iris Quiver found a little patch of pink flower bulbs and decided to gift them to Snail Dusk. Okay, that feels a bit romantic, no? Oh no, the past moon, Burnpaw has taken their place in Star Clan. Feather Clan mourns their loss, and their clanmates will miss the spot they took up in their lives. Moments of their life are shared in stories around the circle of mourners, as those that were closest to them take them to their final resting place. I think it was just the death notice, guys. It was just the death notice. That is tragic. Okay, let's go ahead and check up on the relationships and see what is happening in the aftermath of this death. So Bloomfreckle hit Cicada Lotus on the face with her tail while passing by. Bloomfreckle brings Burm some fresh kill, hoping that she remembered what Burm's favorite was. There's a lot of Bloomfreckle. Bloomfreckle often goes to Cicada Lotus for guidance, even though she flicked him on the face with her tail. I think, guys, this is Bloomfreckle feeling kind of prickly and upset. And then this is Bloomfreckle, like prickly and upset, so she's hitting Cicada Lotus with a tail. And then she's bringing, the other mentor Burm some fresh kill because she's trying to be useful in some way, feeling like the guilt over her apprentice's death. And then she's going to Cicada Lotus for guidance because Cicada Lotus, having been an apprentice recently in this clan, maybe she's trying to kind of alleviate that pain a little bit. She wants to know if, from the point of view of another apprentice or someone who was an apprentice recently, she wants to know, would her apprentice blame her for his death? So sad. Okay, after the clan finds a strange object, Froststar notes that Bluepaw has been a little too fascinated with it. Okay, Eggport doesn't bother to ask why Frostar is crying again. Guys, I think Frostar is feeling a whole lot of guilt. And Frostar is starting to question, like, did she do the right thing by pairing Bloomfreckle and Burnpaw? Maybe Bloomfreckle wasn't ready to be a mentor, and Frostar kind of pushed her into it. But at the same time, it's kind of unfair to Bloomfreckle. It's unfair to blame her, right, for her apprentice's death when, that raging river is not something anyone could have predicted. It was supposed to be just a normal patrol. And it was a full patrol that went too. It's not as though he went on his own. So, but obviously Frostar can't openly cry and has to stay firm if she needs to. Like, if she wants to support Bloomfreckle and back her up, she needs to make sure that she appears firm in her decision. So, Okay, Frostar can't stop gushing over Dawn Valley. Love their relationship, even though it has been mediated to death, but I still love it. Okay, Daisy Wish watches Eggpaw training for something and nods approvingly at his progress. That is very sweet because, she's not his mentor, but that's nice. Okay, Daisy Wish spent a long time talking with Violet Kit and was impressed by Violet Kit's insight. Snail Dusk is thankful for Dawn Valley's patience. This is sometimes when you talk to children or youngsters who see things in a less complicated way, you actually might learn things you didn't think about, or sometimes, you get impressed by how insightful they are because they kind of break things down very simply, whereas you as an adult overcomplicate matters. So I think Daisy Wish was probably talking about how, as a mother, she's grateful that Bluepaw wasn't on her patrol, but as a deputy, she's very upset that Burnpaw died in her patrol, and she almost thinks that maybe she should have kept Bluepaw with herself. She should have taken responsibility for her own apprentice, and she shouldn't have risked another cat apprentice like that. And then Violet Kit, yes, she can be a bit noisy and kind of like a slob, but times like this, she's showing a bit of insight. And I think Violet Kit would tell Daisy Wish, in really simple terms, that Burnpaw wanted to be the clan's best warrior. And what better way than to make sure Bluepaw, through the twist of fate, was saved. And in that way, Burnpaw has kind of served his clan well. Yes, at the cost of his life, but if Bluepaw had been in his position, then it might have been Bluepaw that we lost. So Violet Kit is trying to reassure Daisy Wish by saying that I think Burnpaw would be proud of the fact that he was able to save Bluepaw from a terrible fate. Violet Kit. Okay, Snail Dusk is thankful for Dawn Valley's patience. And yeah, their relationship is definitely better since they are not mates. Like, I sometimes forget that they used to be mates, but I think their relationship is much better now that they're not mates. Snail Dusk hears Airkit laugh at a clanmate's joke even though it was lame. Stone Stripe realizes that she misunderstood something Iris Quiver said. Stone Stripe and Dark Kit debated something interesting for hours yesterday. Iris Quiver warns Dawn Valley about something on the ground, so Dawn Valley doesn't trip. I mean, they used to be best friends, so I feel like, I don't know if they still are, but they used to be best friends. Iris Quiver had a dream about Cicada Lotus. Dawn Valley promises to always look out for Charred Stripe, which is very nice. An injured butterfly lands in front of Dawn Valley and Burm. They take turns nurturing it for a few days until it can fly again. Charred Stripe overhears something about Snail Dusk that she can relate to. Burm doesn't think there's ever a dull moment with Cicada Lotus, which is nice. Burm asks Eggpaw if there's something in her teeth. I think Eggpaw is apprentice, yes? Bidden dispels a bad rumor about Daisy Wish. Oh, okay, this is kind of important. I'm wondering, yeah, that rumor is probably definitely about the patrol. I think everyone's talking about the patrol right now. I think Daisy Wish, like, people are maybe saying, maybe someone's saying, maybe Alwiska, I don't know. saying that Daisy Wish made the bad call. She should not have proceeded. She made the bad call. She should have been aware of the weather. She is a seasoned cat when it comes to, doing patrols. So she made a bad call, and I think Bidden kind of is stepping up for her and taking Daisy Wish aside and saying that, that raging river was not something that they could have predicted, and the cats did their best with the situation they were handed. So, yeah, that's nice of Bidden. Okay, Bidden runs into Violet Kit at the medicine den. They both have a tummy ache from two halves of the same prey. Both Sandy Mask and Bidden startle at a clap of thunder. Sandy Mask is raising these guys for training. Frostar, Violet Kit, Snail Dusk, Alwiska, they're not too happy. Sandy Mask and Iris Quiver work together to lead a scary bug out of the camp. Bruce noticed that Whisper Paw is falling behind in training and offered to help him catch up. This is a positive interaction for Bruce and Whisper Paw, but this tells us something, guys. This tells us that Whisper Paw, does not like his mentor, is not interested in learning anything from his mentor. He's essentially showing attitude over here. And I know you guys in the comments, you lovelies, were telling me that, I can go ahead and if it's not working out, I can switch the apprenticeships to someone else. We can say that maybe the pairings went to the leader, Frostar, and they put their case forward and said, I'm really not good at this, we're really not compatible, can I switch my mentor, right? So that can happen. But I like the idea that we have different types of apprenticeships. Some of them might be very easy, where they get along very well with their mentor. Others might be very difficult, where they have to learn hard lessons, or they just do not click with their mentor at all, right? And they're constantly at each other's throats. But I'm gonna keep all of the apprenticeships that they were given because, like I said, I like the variation in that, and I'm also very curious to see how these young cats are going to turn out as a result of these apprenticeships, right? So the cats who really like their mentors, how are they influenced growing up? And then the cats who don't like their mentors, how are they influenced growing up? So I'm going to keep all these mentorships, but this is interesting to note that Bidden has not been able to get Whisper Paw, who is very excitable to become an apprentice. She hasn't managed to get him in the mood for any sort of learning or any sort of training with her. And look, other cats are having to step in to help him. And Whisper Paw, it seems, has no problem taking help from Bruce. He just doesn't want help from Bidden. Okay, Bruce notices one of his friends laughing with Dark Kit. Frostar's laugh reminds Blue Paw of someone he misses. You know what? I think the someone he misses is Burnpaw. I think Blue Paw is thinking of Burnpaw. I don't know if Blue Paw has played with Burnpaw nearly as much as he has with Whisper Kit or Whisper Paw, but yeah, he's thinking about Burnpaw. And maybe Blue Paw is thinking, I should have played with him more when he was around. Okay, Alwiska finds a bit of fluff that smells like Iris Quiver and adds it to her nest. Alwiska. This feels a bit intimate, no? Okay, Alwiska had a good dream about Cicada Lotus. Though Eggpaw has been unhappy with Bidden, Eggpaw helps her with something. Okay, I wonder if Eggpaw is unhappy with Bidden because his brother is unhappy with Bidden, and now that they've lost their third sibling, I think that would bring Eggpaw and Whisperpaw closer together, and Eggpaw is kind of feeling protective over his brother's emotions, but he's still really compassionate, and he's like, well, it's not really Bidden's fault, so he's grudgingly helping her. Okay, so Eggpaw, Eggkit, and Violet Kit took a sunbath and had a small talk. Daisy Wish gives Whisperpaw a big piece of fresh kill. Look at that, Whisperpaw is getting along with everyone except for his mentor. Eggkit and Bidden agree on something the rest of the clan finds contentious. And Eggkit tells a clanmate that Violet Kit did a great job today. Dark Kit and Bidden chat idly about the latest meeting. Linja thinks Violet Kit is very polite. Blue Paw guides Linja to something she is looking for. And that is pretty much all we have for the interactions between the cats. Okay. Well guys, that was quite the event. Let's quickly go ahead and check up to see if anything has changed in the relationships. No, Dawn Valley, Cicada Lotus, Iris Crow, and Bloomfreckle, they still make the close circle for Frosta, or Frosta's inner circle, so nothing has changed in that regard. Well, look at that. We have Gardenia over here that Frosta has become aware of, so that's kind of interesting. But that's about all we have in terms of the changes. So okay guys, with that said and done, I am gonna leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.